So in this example, solve the equation 2x cubed plus 5x squared minus 23x plus 10 equals 0. We're going to first factorise the polynomial using synthetic division. It doesn't give us a factor this time, so we've got to try and find some factors looking at factors of the constant. So we've got 10 numbers we could try here are 1, 2, 5 and 10, and we could obviously try positive and negative values of each of them. Start off with 1 because it's easiest, so we'll set up our synthetic division. Hopefully we are quite confident of this process by now. So we've got 2x cubed, 5x squared, negative 23x's and 10 is our constant. Remember, if we're finding a factor, we're looking for a remainder to be 0. So we're going to try putting in 1, which would correspond to a factor of x minus 1. So we bring the 2 down, multiply and add, multiply and add, multiply and add. That gives us negative 6, which means x minus 1 can't be a factor. So set up the process again, try another one. As you do more of these, you'll get a feel for what would be factors rather than just going through a kind of trial and error process. So we've got 2x cubed, 5x squared, negative 23x's and 10 is our constant. This time I'm going to try 2, which would correspond to a factor of x minus 2. So I drop that down and multiply and add and multiply and then add. Here I'll get negative 5. If I multiply I get negative 10 and this one's worked. So we must write this statement again as f of 2 equals 0. That means that x minus 2 is a factor. Write out our polynomial equation. So 2x cubed plus 5x squared minus 23x plus 10 equals 0. And we can write down what we've factorised that to. So we knew that x minus 2 is a factor, we just worked that out. And we need to look at the bottom of our synthetic division to get out the other factor. So we've got a 2 underneath the x cubed. Remember that then becomes 2x squared. A 9 underneath the x squared, which means it's 9x. And a negative 5 underneath the x, which stands for negative 5 as a constant. Then what we've got to do here is factorise our quadratic expression. So I'm going to have 2x here and x here. Looking at this one, we're going to have 1 here and 5 here. That'll be negative 1 and plus 5. Then what we do is we take each part of our factors and we set them all individually equal to 0. So x minus 2 equals 0, 2x minus 1 equals 0, and x plus 5 equals 0. And that gives us 3 easy equations to solve. So we get x equals 2, 2x equals 1, so x equals 1/2, and x equals negative 5. And that's our